This video is for informational and entertainment purposes only and utilizes artificial intelligence, AI. The information provided may not always be accurate. For important decisions, consult experts or professionals.
If AI became capable of writing a novel indistinguishable from a human's, would we still value human artists?
That's a fantastic and thought-provoking question. The short answer is yes. We absolutely would still value human artists. But the way we value them, and even the definition of art itself, would likely evolve. We can break down the answer into 4 main points. The value of the human story. Art as a relationship, not just a product. The role of scarcity and authenticity. And the new human role, curator and collaborator. 1. The value of the human story, beyond the words. Imagine a world where an AI can write a novel that wins the Pulitzer Prize. It's got deep characters, a compelling plot, and prose that sings. On the surface, the product is perfect. However, when you read a book by a human author, you're not just consuming a sequence of well-arranged words. You are consuming a piece of lived experience that has been processed, digested, and transformed. Why the human source matters. The struggle is part of the art. When you read a memoir or a novel about grief written by a human, you know that the creation process itself was a struggle. The author had to sit alone, face their own demons, and pour their pain, joy, or confusion onto the page. That human effort and vulnerability has value. An AI doesn't struggle. It computes. It doesn't face writer's block. It processes an algorithm. The story behind the story is a key part of the human value proposition. Empathy and relatability. When a human writes about falling in love or losing a parent, we relate not just to the fictional character, but to the author's capacity for those feelings. It connects us, human to human, across time and space. An AI can perfectly mimic the description of love, but it hasn't experienced it. For many people, knowing the art comes from a place of genuine, human feeling is what gives it its emotional power. 2. Art is a relationship, not just a product. Think about your favorite band. When they release a new album, you're not just buying a CD or a streaming file. You're engaging in a much broader relationship. The ecosystem of human art. The live performance. An AI can generate a perfect musical score, but it can't give an unscripted, sweaty, passionate live concert where the guitarist breaks a string and the singer cracks a joke. The unpredictability and shared energy of a human performance is a vital part of why we love artists. The same principle applies to authors at a book signing or a painter talking about their work in a gallery. The biography and the myth. Part of the value of Ernest Hemingway's novels is the legend of Hemingway himself. The fishing, the wars, the drinking, the larger-than-life personality. It's an entire narrative package. An AI's biography would be, the model was trained on 40 terabytes of internet data. It's not compelling. Human artists offer a persona and a legacy that is interwoven with their work. Community and conversation. Human art sparks communities, fan fiction, academic papers, book clubs, debates in bars. We debate what the author meant. If the author is an AI, the answer is just, it was the most statistically probable sequence of words. This takes the fun and the depth out of the discussion. 3. The role of scarcity and authenticity. When something becomes abundant and easy to produce, its value changes. AI will make perfectly good content an infinite resource. This will, ironically, make the imperfect, scarce, and authentically human-made work more valuable. The shift in value. The handmade effect. Think about furniture. You can buy a perfectly functional, mass-produced chair from a big box store for $50. It's fine, but a unique, hand-carved wooden chair made by a local artisan costs $500 or more. Why? Because the value isn't just in the function, sitting. It's in the craftsmanship, the unique history, and the human time invested. AI-written novels will be the mass-produced chairs. Human novels will be the hand-carved heirloom, the search for the real thing. In a flood of flawless, algorithmically optimized AI content, people will begin to crave the authenticity of the unoptimized human mind. They'll want the mistakes, the eccentricities, the awkward voice that an AI would have edited out. A human artist is a guarantee that the work contains the beautiful, messy flaws of a true, singular perspective. 4. the new human role, curator and collaborator. Instead of becoming obsolete, human artists would likely take on new and exciting roles, working with AI to push the boundaries of creativity. Evolving the definition of artist. The AI prompt. Engineer. The new genius might not be the person who writes the novel, but the person who knows how to ask the AI the right question. It takes a human artist's vision and intuition to say, write a cyberpunk detective novel from the perspective of a sentient bicycle that is secretly in love with its rider, but make it sound like a mashup of Jane Austen and Raymond Chandler. The value shifts from execution to conception. The human veto and editor. AI might generate the first draft of an epic fantasy series in a weekend, but it will take a human to read it and say, this part is brilliant, this part is boring, and this character needs to die on page 50 because it will make the reader cry. The human artist becomes the master editor, sculptor, and final arbiter of emotional resonance. The art is in the refinement and the judgment, not just the initial creation. Performance art and the anti-AI movement. Some human artists will intentionally create work that is impossible for an AI to replicate, focusing on ephemeral art, live experiences, or highly personal and chaotic styles. Their value will be in their deliberate rejection of the machine's perfection. Conclusion. If AI masters the skill of artistic creation, it will not erase the value of human artists. Instead, it will compel us to reevaluate what we truly value in art. We will shift our focus from the perfection of the product to the authenticity of the source, the technical skill to the vulnerability and effort of the creator, the quantity of content to the scarcity of a singular human voice. AI-generated art will be everywhere. It will be fast, cheap, and often perfect. Human art, however, will become a premium experience, valued as a rare, intimate, and indispensable connection to the soul of another human being. It will be a choice to support and celebrate the beautiful mess of human consciousness. The value isn't just in the novel, it's in the story of the human who wrote it.